Garden on Maui, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about open tuning and maybe show you some cool stuff you can try. A lot of people might be familiar with what we call open G tuning. In that case, it would be D, G, D, G, B, D, which is, a pretty common blues tuning, but also in slack key Hawaiian music. However, there are several variations of that I like to work with, and I'm going to show you one today. But before I do, I'll give you an example of, like, if you've got a G tuning, and I'm not going to work on this low string at the moment. I'm just going to do like Keith Richards, he only has 5 strings on his guitar, on his open G, which is cool because it doesn't get in the way of the bass. That's how he does that, and it makes it easier. But if you listen to Keith stuff, like, sort of that, you can get that sound with open G tune. There's lots of cool licks that Keith does, all kinds of cool stuff, from Brown Sugar. Lots of stuff you can do with that. He mostly does it on electric, but not all. Wild Horses, and all those songs. So I guess my point is that open tuning can be really fun, a fun experience, a fun exercise in stretching out a little bit and trying some new stuff with your playing. So today, though, I'm gonna not only do an open G tuning version with it, but I'm gonna drop the E down to C. So instead of being, that's D, G, D, G, B, D, which is, again, common. You can get a lot of mileage out of that. You do blues or whatever. The thing that's cool about open G tuning is that it allows, if you're playing solo, it's just such a full sound, right? I mean, I can do just an easy strum where I play 1-4-1-4, which looks like an A minor 7th form. I've talked about this before. And if I do that, if I just go back and forth, it's quite a big sound, and it's really super easy. There's your blues shuffle, kind of like a Taj Mahal, Kebmo kind of country blues. You can get it going. Now, here's what's cool. Right now I'm in G tuning, but I'm going to take that down to C. What that sounds like is it allows me, when I go to that 4 chord, which I'm just going 1-4-1-4, right? I'm just going. You can see what I'm doing there. 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the B. Looks like an A minor 7th, doesn't it? But in truth, it's a C. So you're going G, C, G, C. Well, what this allows me to do by tuning that low E, and by the way, you're going to need, if you do this, you're going to need a little bit heavier strings. Otherwise it'll get floppy on you. So if you're using super light strings, it's not going to work. You got to have at least, probably 13s ideally and beyond. But that being said, once you tune that E down to C, now when you go to your 4 chord, you can incorporate that low C and check it out. Whoa, this thing's like a cannon anyway, but it's just so nice and full, isn't it? I just love the sound of that. And so I'm going to keep it really simple today and just say, if you're into exploring open G tuning, good on you, because it's a lot of fun and there's a million songs that utilize it. I do a lot of slide work too, and if you go to jimmydillon.com, you can see me there and check out my slide, my open tuning courses and stuff. And there's a bunch of free stuff too, just, check that out as well. But more importantly, if you're playing acoustic guitar and you like, acoustic blues or Hawaiian, we call that slack key because they slack the keys, right? So this particular tuning here in Hawaii, we call it wahini tuning. Really beautiful. The regular G tuning is called taro patch tuning, but theirs has many names: Sebastopol tuning, open G. Gosh, lots of names for that tuning. Doesn't matter though, whether you're playing blues or you're playing Hawaiiana, slack key, sounds great on this guitar. So back to our basics here, what I was just showing you. If you're new to this kind of stuff, and you're just working off the first 5 strings, you're not utilizing that low string at the moment, that low C, you save that up for the 4 chord, okay? So let's say I'm just grooving, or any variation thereof. And then when it comes time to go to that C chord, that 4, then you incorporate the low C. Here you remember you're just hanging on the first 5 strings. Now if you want to go to your 5 chord, because I got to give you that, right? You can do a D position here. Yeah. But you're going to have to take your 2nd finger and move it up to the 2nd fret of the low E string to create that D note. Now it sounds like what it would sound like with an open G. You dig? Because now you've taken that open C note and moved it up 2 frets. And there's your 5, and you can do a 7th if you want. But just keep that in mind when you're going to your 5 chord. Sorry, you need to do that, or just don't even worry about it. Just, and then you go back to your 4 chord. Make sure you hit that low note. It's effective, and then back to your. Okay. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of ammo in the G tuning world. And hopefully it's not too exotic for you. It's really, gosh, there's so many songs that utilize it, and I do give some lessons that utilize G tuning, Wild Horses, and oh gosh, lots of Stone stuff really, because Keith utilizes it so much. He might capo up, but he uses it. So there it is, and right now I'm going to play you out on what can be done with this Wahine tuning with the low C in there. And check it out. So there's lots of possibilities. So here we go. I'm gonna kind of jump all over the map probably on this one, but here we go. Okay, that's my G tuning with a low C in there, also called Wahine tuning. I hope you enjoyed that, and come and visit me at jimmydillon.com, and we'll chat. If you got any requests, or just I'd love to hear the comments and whatnot. So aloha from Maui. We'll see you down the road.